Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to my channel, Sarah Angel Tarot. This is your reading. Remember, it will not resonate with all Capricorn individuals, but this is for Capricorn, full Celtic cross, new energies, positive energies for those born under the zodiac sign of Capricorn, for the masses of Capricorn. See what the beginning energy is? Ace of Swords. You're afraid of cutting something out. You're afraid of speaking your truth with the Ace of Swords in reverse. Page of Rods is the subject at hand. This could be, you could be dealing with a fire sign, a younger type fire sign, or someone young at heart, or you're waiting for passionate messages to come in, but you feel like they may not. Or you may not accept messages that are coming in. What's crossing it, you're feeling betrayed with the Ten of Swords. What crowns you is the Six of Swords, or your goal is to move on from troubled waters with the Six of Swords. For some of you, you may actually try to move. Foundation, things are unbalanced with the Temperance in reverse. It is somebody who's feeling like they can't work on something, as something is difficult, and therefore they can't continue on with something. Queen of Swords is in the past. This could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, an air sign, or someone who's very sharp words. Someone you know, possibly. Usually they're a little bit older, but not always. They're usually intelligent, but when they're in reverse like this, I got what they call like a real attitude, you know, sometimes because they're irritated. And it's not always that, though. They could be like feeling under the weather, or something happened in their lives that made them turn around. Very near future, you're going to be dealing with possibly yourself with the King of Pentacles in reverse. You're going to feel not real stable and secure in your environment. It could be because of a betrayal situation, feeling unbalanced. And I will clarify these. Once I clarify, it does change the story up. So like I always say, stick with me. Possible future outcome or advice from the universe is the Death card in reverse. This may be the universe saying, stop trying to resurrect a situation that is long gone, or that something will try to resurrect. What is coming towards you, yeah, something may try to resurrect with you, is someone is coming towards you that feels left out and abandoned. For some of you, you may have done the betrayal. For others, you have been betrayed, you know. Your hopes and fears is a Three of Cups. You want to spend time with family and friends and just enjoying yourself with the Three of Cups, and there's nothing wrong with that. Is going out and celebrating sometimes, you know. In the end, you will be dealing with the Knight of Rods. The Knight of Rods can be a fire sign. It could be a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but not necessarily. I do not assign court cards or one zodiac sign to a court card, because we're dealing with the masses, a lot of Capricorns. So let's go back to the beginning and find out what's going on. You will end up with the Knight of Rods, though. So, current environment is the Page of Rods in reverse. So maybe it's the same person, but maybe you're feeling betrayed by this person with the Ten of Swords. Or maybe, like I said, some of you may have betrayed them. So Page of Rods in reverse, Ten of Swords, crossing it while you're there for Capricorn. Yeah, someone's trying to come out of a failed situation, maybe, or they're contemplating over a failed situation. So Page of Rods, that's the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, by the way. So the Page of Rods in reverse, Ten of Swords crossing it, Seven of Pentacles in reverse while you're there is the current environment for Capricorn. Yeah, someone, you know, needs to put their swords down, or maybe they need to see things for how they are with the Two of Swords in reverse, or maybe they finally are seeing things for how they are, you know. Let's go to your goal. What crowns you is someone needs to move on from a troubling situation. Like I said, it could be actually moving for some of you, you know, moving maybe even near water. But the Six of Swords in the upright as the goal, or what crowns Capricorn while you're there. Yeah, because there was no collaboration, you're thinking about moving on because you feel like it's not worth the work with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, Six of Swords in the upright, Three of Pentacles in reverse while you're there for Capricorn. But for some reason, you're still hanging around, maybe waiting, or someone's waiting on you. Now the foundation, we got temperance in reverse. Things are definitely off balance here. So temperance in reverse, why are you there for Capricorn? Why are you there? Yeah, someone wants to come out of taking a break, but they feel like they still don't have it 100% going on in their lives where they feel comfortable. So temperance in reverse, Four of Swords in reverse is the foundation. Why are you there for Capricorn? And someone feels like an injustice has been done to them, like they were judged wrong, like someone really messed them over with justice in reverse. Now, in the past, you're dealing with the Queen of Swords. Could be an air sign, like I said, but it doesn't have to be. Could someone with really sharp words and real aggravated for some reason. So the Queen of Swords in reverse, why are you there for Capricorn? And you don't want to argue with them because their words are sharp. With the Five of Wands in reverse, but they keep on wanting to argue or something like that in the past. So the Queen of Swords in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse in the past for Capricorn. Why are you there? And someone may have to drop the ball on somebody, or they did, because of the arguments and the bickering, and sometimes the harsh words were just too much, so someone dropped something. And in the very near future, you got the King of Pentacles, and this could be you. It's in reverse. It's someone who's not feeling 100% sound and stable in their lives right now. They feel like things aren't going the way they planned. So the King of Pentacles in reverse, while you're there for Capricorn in the very near future. I'm thinking someone wants to come out of something. Because there was fighting and arguing with the Five of Swords, you know. And it's usually a pretty bitter argument. So the King of Pentacles in reverse, Five of Swords in the upright while you're there for Capricorn. So if this is not what you're wanting, Capricorn, you just don't deal with the situation. You don't answer the phone. You don't argue with people if it's possible, because you want to come back from feeling not having a balance in your life, and you're wanting to move on from troubled waters. But in the current environment, you are wanting to let go of a changed situation with the Devil in reverse. You want to let go of the fighting and the arguing because it's making you feel really unbalanced in your life. You just want peace, you know? Now, the possible future outcome and advice from the universe is death in reverse. This could be someone's trying to resurrect in this situation, you know? Something that ended. You know, they're trying to resurrect it. So the devil, not the devil, death in reverse while you're there for Capricorn as a possible future outcome or advice from the universe. Page of Swords, someone wants to state their truth of a situation that happened with you or somebody else that had ended. They want to send a message. Again, it could be an air sign. And it's the Page of Swords in the upright. So death in reverse, Page of Swords in the upright while you're there for Capricorn as a possible future outcome or advice from the universe. I'm seeing where this is going. And someone's waiting for something to come in. Either you're waiting for somebody to come back in, or somebody else is waiting for you. And they may say something. They may say, someone, I hate to say it, someone from the past. Because it's when death is there and it's in reverse, it's someone trying to resurrect something that already, went off, the path. It just died, But somebody wants to say something. They're waiting for something to come in. So if you don't want this, you just don't, you just don't tolerate it. You just don't deal with it, You just put it away from you and say, I'm not doing this, Now, what is coming towards you, the outside environment that's beyond your control, is the Five of Pentacles. Someone wants to come out of feeling abandoned, neglected, or not having enough. So Five of Pentacles in the upright while you're there, coming towards Capricorn. Yeah, because they're not happy. They're just not happy, and they're coming towards you. So the Five of Pentacles and the Sun in reverse while you're there. Five of Pentacles is in the upright. Sun in reverse while you're there. And they're not going to hold back. Yeah, someone's going to come back and say something to you. They're going to have their say. They may send a message. someone you may have had sharp words with in an argument, but you yourself were wanting to be unchained. You felt like an injustice was done, or you felt like someone really messed you over and you're just trying to move on. And like I've said, for some of you, you know, this may be the other person you're dealing with is trying to move on, and maybe you're having trouble with the, you know, coming towards them. But this is for Capricorn, that most Capricorns have been going through an injustice they feel like, and they just want to move on, you know. Now, your hopes and fears, you're just hoping for good times, celebrating with friends and family, with no drama, you know. So the Three of Cups in the upright for Capricorn while you're there, and the hopes and fears. And you're fearing that you won't get a happy home with the Four of Wands in reverse. You're trying to regain that happy home. So the Three of Cups, Four of Wands in reverse while you're there for Capricorn. You're just wanting to be happy again. And you may be fearing the Queen of Swords or looking forward to the Queen of Swords because there they are again. But you're hoping they'll stay. Maybe you're hoping they'll get their situation together because she's in the upright there. And these are your feelings, you know, your fears and hopes and stuff like that. And in the very end, you got the Knight of Rods, and the Knight of Rods is in the upright. This is what you end up with. This could be someone very passionate, someone very caring, someone fun to be around. So the Knight of Rods in the upright while you're there for Capricorn. While you're there, it could be also that you take on this energy. It doesn't have to be a fire sign. Yeah, and I think you're going to end up with some type of fiery, passionate person because there you are, the King of Pentacles, and you're both in the upright. So, the Knight of Rods, King of Pentacles, both in the upright while you're there for Capricorn. Then we'll sum this up, and I may pull a few cards for you from the Romance Love deck. But I need one more card first. Knight of Rods, King of Pentacles, both in the upright while you're there for Capricorn is the final outcome. But you're unsure of the situation with them because you're afraid of secrets and things hidden with the moon. It's like you're not trusting situations anymore. You don't trust your gut instinct. But I do see you ending all this or being with a fire type element or fire sign or someone, like I said, passionate. But I do see someone trying to come back to say something to you. And you just want peace. And if they do come back, you're going to tell them, I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be chained to you anymore. But whether or not you end up with them, maybe they got some air in their chart or not, you do end up talking with someone or being with somebody, but you're still unsure about it. And you have the moon there as the ending energy where you feel like someone may deceive you or you don't trust something. Now I need 3 cards from the Angel deck for Capricorn. See what's going on here. Maybe give us more information on a love situation, if this is love, or just give us a totally different situation together. I need 3 cards for Capricorn. You deserve love, Capricorn. So if you are going to meet up with somebody, there's nothing wrong with going with somebody even though you don't trust situations anymore. You're very much attracted to somebody. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And you're going to be dealing with unrequited love from somebody. So you are going to find somebody that you want to be with, but you're also going to be dealing with somebody that has trouble moving on, or maybe you have trouble moving on, but it says you deserve better love, and someone is attracted to you, and you're attracted to them, and to go for this, to go for new love, or love that you deserve. And that's what it's saying, but it's your goal, what crowns you, is to move on from this troubling situation. Whatever occurred, it'll be different for everybody. Something that didn't work out, but in a way someone's kind of hanging on too. And like I said, someone's going to come towards you saying something. They're not going to hold back. They're going to tell them how much they are feeling left out and alone. And I said that here with the death in reverse and stuff like that. They're waiting for something to come in. But I see you possibly with somebody else. But you're still like unsure about being with this somebody else. Like maybe you don't trust it, or you're still feeling that you're a certain way towards somebody in the past. You're getting like, you know, where you're unsure. But it says, the universe says you deserve love. You are lovable. Attraction, you attract romantic love at this time, so go for it. Even though you may be dealing with unrequited love, there is love out there in the future, new love. So it's up to you whether you go with it or you go back to the past. It'll be different for all Capricorns. And I'll upload this as soon as I can. You can leave it in the comments if you want. I just see you're kind of like teeter-tottering in some way, but I think you would be happy with the King of Rods. It's in the upright, but maybe you do have to deal with this person, whoever you're dealing with, that is having troubles right now of letting go. And it could cause a possible argument if they do come in and say something to you. But like I said, I see you ending up with the King of Rods. Like I said, someone passionate with a lot of energy. And they make you feel a little bit better about yourself because you are in the upright in the very end with them, next to them. Even though things are still a little iffy. Remember, you deserve love, Capricorn. Go for it.